The new English teacher never teaches. She doesn't even let them make any noise. She only lets them eat chocolate. Thomas accidentally made a noise, so the teacher confiscated his comics. To get his comics back, Thomas went to the girls' restroom. Suddenly, the teacher's braces fell on the floor. He looked through the door. The teacher had sharp teeth. Thomas was scared out of his wits, rushed out of the restroom. In the classroom, the teacher asked the students to make gifts for the Day of the Dead, and they had to write their parents' names on them. Then he gave everyone a piece of chocolate. Thomas remembered his teacher's scary face. He wrote a note and threw it at his friends. He told them not to eat the chocolate. The next day, the students who ate the chocolate became very strange. It's like they've lost their souls. There was no life in them. At this time, the teacher also realized that they hadn't eaten the chocolate. When they left the classroom, the teacher's mouth grew fangs. Her sharp nails made scratches on the table. To prove that the new English teacher is a monster, they decided to sneak into the principal's office and find the teacher's home address. The woman's mouth gradually sprouted fangs. She stood by the window and absorbed the moonlight. It turned out that the new English teacher was a monster. On the blood moon in 3 days, she will eat all the students in the class. Thomas stole the teacher's home address from the principal's office. Seeing the teacher's horrible appearance, the companion made a noise of fear. The teacher is very sensitive to sound, so she went out to check the situation. They took the opportunity to enter the teacher's house. The teacher's house was very dirty. The wallpaper was exactly the same as the wrapping on the chocolates. While they were observing the teacher's house, the teacher suddenly grabbed his companion from behind. The teacher's long tongue licked his partner's face. Thomas immediately rushed up and knocked down the teacher. The sound of metal caused the teacher to cover his ears in pain. They fled the place in a hurry. When they got home, Thomas told his mother he didn't want to go to school because the new English teacher tried to eat them, and the mother was furious. She warned Thomas not to be obsessed with monster comics and not to live in a fantasy world all the time. Parents put skeletons on the steps. Smoke comes out of the mouths of the children on the stage. It's the blood moon. The monster teacher will eat all the children. Just as the teacher is about to eat the first child, Thomas rushed out. He wanted to distract the teacher and told his friends to turn on the radio, because the monster teacher's biggest fear was sound. But the radio had too many buttons. The companions didn't know how to turn on the radio. The monster teacher manipulated two adults to grab Thomas. Then she shoved the chocolate into Thomas's mouth. Only children who have eaten chocolate. She can only digest it. Moment of crisis. The companions turned on the radio. The monster teacher covered his ears in pain and fled. Everyone has come to their senses in order to destroy the monster once and for all. They searched for the teacher. When they opened the classroom door, the monster teacher suddenly mutated. She manipulated the adults into arresting them. And that's when Thomas saw his favorite monster comic. He picked it up and threw it at the monster teacher. The teacher's body fell straight to the ground.